Well, homebrewing itself, I'll talk about myself for a second. So I went brew in a bag. I watched a bunch of videos. I read John Palmer's book, and I found that to be the least barrier to entry that I came across. So I bought a kit. The kit was like extract and a little bit of grain in it as well and stuff like that. That turned out okay. And I was like, you know what? I was going to pull the trigger. I bought a bigger kettle, bought the big old bag, and just kind of been doing that for the past 3 years. What is your preferred method overall?
Let's see. Well, right now I do mainly batch sparging. I have the
Okay.
ability to do other ways of brewing, but that's primarily what I do. I find I get the most consistent results from that. Um, Going through that process, all grain, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and that's yeah. I don't really know what else to expand upon on that. I found trying to mess with my water quality a lot
Mm-hmm.
more. My wife's big into saltwater aquariums, so trying to think 5 years ago, we got our own reverse osmosis
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
system for the house. Those, each little thing you do makes that incremental difference in your beer, and that was a huge step. Just being able to control the water. I was lazy. I didn't want to go to Walmart or go somewhere and buy the distilled water and all that. I kind of just went with what was in the tap, but that made a huge difference in and of itself.
So, okay, so since now you have reverse osmosis water, so are there certain water profiles you're trying to hit with like with brewing salts and stuff like that, trying to get that certain chemistry that you're looking for?
Too, and I'm still playing around with that a whole
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot of fun, and I am definitely a person that dumps way more beer than I ever drink. I might brew 5 gallons and drink 2 pints, and it'll be
Mm,
it. I'll just dump it out. Not because it's bad. It's just because it's like, well, that was interesting. Now, what happens when I side by side it doing something else? And I just like to move on and do anything else. I went through the wild phase with brewing, where you're always trying to brew with the wildest ingredients, and now I'm
mhm,
in
mhm.
the dial it in phase where I'm wanting to try to make the best beer I could possibly make for
Heck
me and my
yeah.
friends. Yeah.
No, I love that. So, do you do you have a recipe that you find that's repeatable since you're going through this whole like testing and getting all your chemistry, water profiles all set up?
Sure, and that's I would say for most of us with home brewers, you're gonna brew for yourself and brew for your
Mhm.
friends, and that's me. So stouts are the things that my friends enjoy the most. I enjoy a great stout. I have and I know people will cringe at it. I have my pastry stout recipe that I have dialed in that I really enjoy. And then I have just a few others. I've got a dry Irish stout recipe that I
Okay.
really enjoy. I've got a porter that I enjoy making.
Okay.
Those are probably my three ones that people really like to make. But even there, you're still messing around with it. What can we do with water quality? What
Mhm.
happens if I change the mash temperature a little bit? Wonder what'll happen. I did my porter for a party I'm throwing here in a few weeks, and
Mhm.
was trying to mess around with some enzymes and just
Mhm.
seeing how those worked, and totally over attenuated my beer. And it's just stuff like that. You're just playing around. You're trying to see what works. You're reading everything you can, and listening to podcasts and
Yep.
just like this one, and you're trying new things, and sometimes it hits the mark, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, like you, I find myself brewing smaller batches now. So I do like, but I think I do 3 gallons because I get tired of throwing away like a 5 gallon batch. Like you said, or drinking, a cup or two or giving away a six pack. I'm like, all right, I want to do something different. I want to see what else can I make. Because I even tried messing around. I finally bought a mill, right? So I've been trying to like adjust that just a little bit, and I've tried double crushing to see if that changes anything or not. I've used Brewfather, and I have actually like a brewer's notebook, so I kind of use both. So like the day off, I'll write down stuff on there, then I'll kind of transpose that into Brewfather and kind of add notes to that. If it's a beer I want to repeat, one of the beer I try to repeat is I have a cream ale that I kind of enjoy, so I like to make that one every once in a while. There's a kit that I like to buy. If everyone likes it, it's the honey blueberry one, which I know you've had a few different times. I'm going to change. I'm going to buy it again, but I'm going to add blueberry puree to it this time around because I want more blueberry flavor. Because there's a lot of blueberry on the nose, but there's like no blueberry flavor. So I may try that to see what that comes out to be. So look forward for that maybe springtime or so. I think that's what I got that one scheduled to come up with.